What's going on, fam? What's up, YouTube? We back with another one. Obviously, y'all can see on the screen we got 1090 Jake. And if y'all been locked in or are day ones with 1090 Jake, a year. I say about 3 years ago. A Florida rapper by the name of GlokkNine was like really popping on his page. He was making a lot of videos about him, and long story short, he got locked up. He was out here wilding. He was shooting up people's houses, shooting at people. He was doing all kind of crazy shit out there in Florida or Orlando. He like a year and a half, 2-3 years ago, he got locked up on RICO charges, and now he's snitching. They say he telling on 4 bodies while in federal prison. So we finna let 1090J break this down. We finna see what he talking about. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. If y'all rock with me, share the channel. Other than that, let's get into the video.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Orlando rapper GlokkNine, the new paperwork that just hit my desk.
Yeah, because he was wilding out.
Gotta be a little more careful. Just hit my desk of him snitching in the feds.
In the feds too?
Don't
This
have
is
to
wild.
crash to get cash. There's an app called
Even
Free
my
Cash,
man,
and all you have to do is sign up and literally play video games to earn. Obviously from Orlando, was hit with crazy
Now, like I told y'all, as y'all see, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, like as y'all see, like I said, if y'all really rock with 1090 Jake content, y'all see that he made quite a few videos on GlokkNine specifically, like the rapper GlokkNine from Orlando, Florida. He made quite a few videos on bro. So yeah, this is just the proof right here to show y'all that he made videos on bro.
charges. There was a gang war between his group AFNF and then Hot Boys group 438. Cutum Reese was involved. Fucking GlokkNine allegedly went to Cutum Reese's house, shot it up while Cutum Reese's mom and sisters were inside. Like he wasn't even there. But the craziest thing about it all is GlokkNine is supposed to be cousins with Cutum Reese, so he shot his own aunt's house up. Like the story is just extensive.
Like imagine that. Like that was one of the most compelling things in the RICO. Like him going to his aunt's house and shooting up his aunt's house because he's got beef with his cousin. Like nigga, like his mom is your mom's sister. Do you not realize that, bro? She's like.
But 2 years ago, Ola Runt, as y'all can see right here, accused GlokkNine of snitching while they were in the same federal prison, and it was said GlokkNine actually got stabbed behind the situation. Multiple shootings, multiple attempted murders, and I'm not the only person that's covered this situation. You know, we got some big channels, Hip Hop Daily, Trap Geek. I don't know who this
Family TV didn't cover them.
But let's actually just take a look at Trap Geek's masterpiece, because this is, if I've never told y'all before, Trap Geek is the reason I ever got into these documentary style videos that I started doing after speaking on my time in prison. So big shout out to him. I always wanted to talk to him. I think I reached out on Instagram, but
he popping like a motherfucker. 4 years ago, 5.3 billion views.
One of the mysterious ones on YouTube. But let's jump into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see them break down this video.
When you come to Orlando, you think about Disney. Even though we ain't never been to Disney and shit ain't sweet, but people think about Disney when they talk about Florida.
Yeah.
When we think of Orlando, we think of Disney World, we think of Orlando Magic.
Why everybody get that concept of Disney and all that? I don't know. I guess that's just how they see it from the outside.
Well, the FBI typically doesn't telegraph our moves. What I can tell you is that these two gangs, the 438 gang and the Army gang, have got our attention now.
The other 5 already in custody are responsible for nearly $2 million in stolen property.
This beat is nasty.
59 stolen vehicles and 19
Yeah, I can see how
stolen
he,
firearms.
The prominent people at the
I
top,
can see how he,
just between those 8
inspired
people,
1090.
they're responsible for 230 felony charges. Jaquavius Smith, better known as GlokkNine, just him himself has been arrested for 52 felonies.
Hi, what is up, everybody? It's been far too long. The last episode was in Florida, and for this video, we gotta return there once more. This time to Disney World's Orlando, where folks witnessed one of the largest RICO cases in state history, Operation X, take 34 people down from 2 separate crews. To show you what this looks like, the entire Bobby Shmurda and GS9 indictment was 63 pages. This RICO case in...
Bro, I'm gonna speak on that too. You would never, in this situation right here,
entire Bobby Shmurda and GS9 indictment was 63.
Bro, I'm gonna speak on this, bro. That nigga Bobby, if it went the way it was from what okay, in the black right here you got Roddy Rebel, in the pink right here, in the pink right here you got Roddy Rebel, in the black you got Bobby Shmurda. Now, they was trying to give Roddy Rebel more time. I think it was either Roddy Rebel or Bobby Shmurda. Long story short, I think Bobby Shmurda took more time on his charge, or what he was getting charged with. He took a little bit more time to let his mans get lowered down, so they had the same prison stint. You don't see shit like that happen ever. Like, that was like one and only time I've ever heard of some shit like that.
3 pages. This RICO case in Florida is 700 pages long. With
now it go from everybody telling them.
Like, y'all don't even understand how big of a case this was when this happened. It's so much deeper.
No, this case was, yeah.
Than a lot of people know. And the thing is, I mean, technically Disney's in Kissimmee. It's not in Orlando.
Facts.
One of my first memories as a kid that grew up north, coming down to Disney when I was young, like 5, maybe 6, I don't know. I was in the car with my aunt, my grandmother, whoever else, and we're somewhere in Orlando or Kissimmee or one of the above, and this orange car pulls up with rims taller than me, and it was nothing but black dudes, and the music with the
yeah, that's how they do it.
And I just remember everybody in my car was scared. Like, and if you go to Orlando, like, go to downtown Orlando on a Friday night, you'll see what I'm talking about. You're gonna feel a little, if you ain't used to that type of environment, okay, you're gonna feel a little out of place.
Fed stalking people at concerts and putting informants in place to make controlled phone calls. One side, AFNF, or the Army Gang, is led by the popular rapper GlokkNine. The face of the other side, 438, is well-known rapper Hot Boy. Both of them were good friends coming up in the industry together. One side, AFNF,
for those of y'all who don't know
Gang,
too,
is led by the popular rapper
This is who they trying to say. This is GlokkNine right here. This is who they trying to say is in the feds telling for 4 bodies right now. For those of y'all who don't know.
The face of the other side, 438, is well-known rapper Hot Boy. Both of them were good friends coming up in the industry together till it all went left, escalating into this year-long war that came crashing down quick, with folks hanging out the windows of cars, wielding AK-47s in broad daylight, hitting daycares and memorials. The city saw 30 back-to-back shootings in 6 months, and it forced Orlando to bring in the MBI, or Metropolitan Bureau of Investigations, basically Florida's version of the FBI, who built this whole case using wiretaps, Instagram, and evidence they found on people's phones. Sometimes thousands of photos and videos that map out drug routes from Orlando to California, with folks taking trips back and forth, smuggling hundreds of thousands of dollars in suitcases, flying girls out separate to bring the product home, where they launder the profits through cars, guns, and show dogs. GlokkNine, who signed a $2 million deal with Young Money and Birdman when he was only 18, now faces 52 charges, including frauding the government out of $10,000 through a series of PPP loans.
like certain shit just don't make sense. You sign a $2 million deal and you scam it for 10,000. Like, it gotta, certain things you do gotta make sense. This just don't make no sense.
They got
like,
intercepted
what was you doing,
when he tried showing it off to his friends on Instagram. And when the news dropped of a pending RICO charge, his once friend turned rival, Hot Boy, decided to go on the run, and then turned himself in. But then went on the run again after they revoked his bond.
I love how I'm watching this. Like, I don't know all of this, but you know, that's just the power of Trap Geek.
Bro, we know you
jump
know
in
all
the video,
this,
and then
bro.
all of a sudden you've been watched like 4 of them, right? But what I want to do is I want to take y'all over to the accusations. Obviously, y'all have got a
Break
brief
down the
history
paperwork.
on who they
Break down
are,
that paperwork.
the type of things they were doing. I want to get to the snitching accusations because it wasn't really a question when he first got picked up if he was snitching. Obviously, somebody was gonna, but no one thought it was gonna be him.
Exactly.
And then these accusations came up.
September 19th, 2023. Atlanta rapper Ola Runt would take to Twitter with a surprising accusation saying, "Damn GlokkNine, you went out bad," followed by 2 rat emojis. This was enough for the fans and bystanders on the internet to take off with rumors and speculation as Orlando rapper GlokkNine was now accused of snitching. This was the same rapper who's been hit with a Florida RICO, tied to a gang war within Orlando, and allegedly shot up his own cousin's house for being in an opposite gang. But the
I'm
craziest
gonna be real though. Y'all doing all this. He got a $2 million deal. He could tell y'all possibly lower his sentence, come home earlier than all y'all, and get back to rapping with that with Young Money. I mean, if you look at it, who else got motion going in that RICO? So I don't condone it, but I can see him. I can see why he's telling. But you this just goes back to you gotta do when you do stuff, you gotta do it by yourself, man. Because people, it's just streets is not the same no more, man. That shit over with. You got motherfuckers like him telling this shit. He was the main one doing shit too. That's the crazy
of
part.
this new allegation isn't the actual allegation. It's the fact that Ola Runt is calling him out while both rappers are currently in the same federal prison. Ola Runt was arrested back in 2020 within Operation Phoenix, an FBI takedown of 12 of Atlanta's most violent offenders.
Did y'all see who else was in that? Yo, somebody told me I don't have to hit the rewind. I just do an arrow and it does it for me. Let's see if it works. Get the fuck out of here. What? Oh, it's frozen. You didn't tell me it would freeze, my boy. He was in the comments like, yo, you know you don't got to do this. You could just do that. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And apparently it works, but it shut down the whole goddamn video. So maybe it's not as good as we thought it was. Y'all see Woody? I don't think he had nothing to do with this situation, but yeah, man, they got Woody in there. That's crazy.
FBI takedown of 12 of Atlanta's most violent offenders. He'd be indicted by the feds after being found in possession of an FN-57 pistol loaded with 21 rounds, and after a guilty plea, he'd be sentenced to 57 months in federal prison. GlokkNine, on the other hand, was named as the leader of a gang known as the Army, or AFNF, based in the Mercy Drive.
Like, I want y'all to understand, like, this how wild this nigga was. This nigga had a custom gun with custom, it had like a bright yellow color on it. This nigga was sliding and doing shit with that same gun. This nigga had the nerve to post that same gun on his Instagram page. Like, that's the type of shit he was doing for him to be telling this wild.
He'd be one of 34 people indicted on RICO charges, stemming from what law enforcement described
34 person indictment. Yeah, you know people telling on that.
Or with the rival 438 gang.
Let's just skip to the part where we're talking about the snitchery.
USP Hazleton. Known as Misery Mountain, it's made headlines in recent years with the infamous prison murder of Irish crime boss Whitey Bulger, who met a brutal ending only hours after arriving.
Bro, they beat that man with locks. They said that They said that they pulled his eyes out or cut his tongue out, all types of shit. They fucked him up bad.
The biggest red flag within a federal case would be a 5K1 motion, which essentially means a sentencing reduction in return for substantial assistance in the prosecution of others, aka snitching. GlokkNine definitely doesn't have a 5K1, but what was interesting is a few pages of his plea deal.
Here we go.
On page 6, the 12th term of the plea is cooperation.
Of course, the 12th term of the plea is going to be where my fucking little box is that shows me.
In which the defendant, or GlokkNine, agrees to cooperate fully with the U.S. investigation and prosecution of others.
So basically, I can remember what the gist of this was, right? In his plea agreement, he was agreeing to cooperate, but there was no cooperation, which is retarded, right? And he had his lawyer go back and take that section out completely, and they came out with a new plea agreement. So it was said that Ola Runt must have had the old plea where it said he agreed to cooperate.
Right.
And he didn't have the new one that said he refused. Does that make sense? So because of that, they used the old plea against him. Some shit happened. He gets poked up, whatever. But the paperwork we now have tells a completely different story. Now, this is the official Orange County Clerk Court Records website. This is going to be every single case GlokkNine has ever caught. But we want to specifically focus on this one here. Now, we're just going to scroll down a little piece. October 27th, 2025, this transcript was filed with 99 pages. This is what we're going to get into. Now, this is a motion to suppress, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is my first time reading through it as well, so we're going to briefly skim, and if I skip it all, it's because it was just bullshit. So they bring up GlokkNine's former lawyer as a witness. And there's a direct examination. Good afternoon. Tell me your name. He's an attorney. And it's basically just going to talk about his background, what he does, what he did. Now, this is saying he was an attorney for GlokkNine. To the best of my recollection, the first case I represented him on was either a 4 or 5 count attempted murder case. The case eventually got, thrown out. He beat it on the day of trial. I also represented him on a couple of state charges for possession of a firearm. And you were actually representing Mr. Smith in this very case that we're here on today. I didn't mention that. What I mentioned was in the cases that I completed with him, but I did represent him on the current RICO charges that are pending against him. Now this states, they're asking where he was on April 6, 2023, and where was GlokkNine. He's saying GlokkNine was in federal prison in West Virginia, the one that we were just watching the video about, right?
Right.
And it states that detectives traveled to this West Virginia prison to interview him. Now this is where things are about to get interesting, and I just want to,
don't tell me he flipped.
Y'all gonna have to hold this one. This one's gonna suck for y'all. What did the detective tell you occurred? He said they went to see him and they were investigating a homicide, and they believed that Jaquavius had some information for them. And that they told him that this was the one and only time they would go see him. But when he asked to speak with me in the interview, they said that was a reasonable request and that they would extend that offer or go visit him one more time if he wanted to speak with him. So basically what they're saying is they wanted to talk to him. They wanted information on a murder. He asked to talk to his lawyer, which isn't a bad move. He also told me this would serve 2 purposes for, in theory, 2 separate cases. He told me that he has an affidavit, a lengthy affidavit for an arrest warrant for GlokkNine on a homicide where he would conspiracy to homicide that he had drawn up, and Jaquavius had a choice of cooperating and he would be a witness in that, or not cooperate and he will walk that warrant over to the judge. So basically, they went to GlokkNine and said, look, you either cooperate in this case as a witness or we're hitting you with conspiracy to commit murder. Conspiracy to commit murder means he must have had something to do with the planning of this. So this is meaning he would be cooperating against his own people. Okay, so his lawyer is saying he's trying to negotiate the case to go away. GlokkNine will cooperate in the 4 murders. Dexter Rentz, Demetrius Cox, Dominique Aldridge, and Cordell Otwell. These are all 4 murder victims. And his lawyer saying, to the best of my memory, those are the names that he was providing and discussing. They asked the lawyer leading up to whatever. They asked the lawyer leading up, was there in fact a statement or a proffer that was given by GlokkNine subsequent to April 6th? His lawyer would say yes. Now this would get further into GlokkNine didn't want to give a statement without his lawyer present. And the reason for that was he just wanted to make sure he was getting what he was told. And I mean, on countless pages, they're basically breaking down, he's going to get immunity. He's not going to be charged with the murder. His lawyer's trying to get the RICO thrown out completely. GlokkNine is sitting down with the feds in a West Virginia prison. They're telling him they have a warrant for murder, an affidavit that they could turn into a warrant. They could sign it, they could charge him with murder, or he could cooperate. And he's saying, I'll cooperate, but I want my lawyer here so I know I am getting my end of the deal. Now this right here on page 36 states, during...
See, it was all cool when y'all was out in the streets. Now that they talking about hitting you with it, and you on top of that, you already in the feds for RICO. Now they telling you they gonna hit you with more time, and now you flipping. What happened to all that keeping it solid? Like, that's what I'm saying.
The interview,
the streets is over with.
GlokkNine provided incriminating information against himself relating to the murders of Dexter Rentz, Demetrius Cox, Dominique Aldridge, and Cordell Atwell. So he gave the interview, and he told them some things that could hurt himself. Now right here, the lawyer is saying that he had a chat with GlokkNine to make sure he understood the conversation, that he couldn't lie, and that if he doesn't do his part, he's not gonna get the benefits. He needs to be truthful. Everybody flew up there for it. You know, they got to fly investigators from Florida to fucking West Virginia. He's telling GlokkNine, if he isn't truthful, this is gonna be a waste of time. They made sure he understood. He acknowledged that he understood. They went in. We also again discussed what he was getting in terms of benefits in the case. And it states right here on page 38, tell the court what those conversations were, or after the interview, or after the proffer of Mr. Smith on May 18th, 2023. What conversations did you have with the police officers? And GlokkNine's own lawyer would say, when we walked out, everybody was surprised at how well the interview went.
Pretty much he was...
Gary,
he shocked him.
car shopping can't hurt you.
But what if I overpay?
Crazy, boy.
Come out and I'll show you a better way.
Well, you
I know. I said nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident.
Now, I don't think we're going to get all the details from these transcripts, and it's hard for me to understand what exactly the motion to suppress is for. Like, are they mad that he didn't get certain benefits or whatever the situation is? But GlokkNine 100% sat down with the feds, gave a proffer, made statements, and solely for the benefit of saving himself from another murder case.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? For saving himself, not for saving the gang. He didn't do nothing in trying to help the gang, none of that. He did all this for the gang shit out when he was out. Now he telling on the same people that he was doing shit with. Like, it's just... Man,
people are gonna be like,
crazy,
oh, but who did he give information
really
on? I mean, we might not know that, but we know he gave it because there was no other purpose for him to sit down.
Exactly.
Meaning Jaquavius provided the information that they wanted. They were absolutely shocked that they did, and they were very happy that they did. There was a comment by me to make sure that...
Like, look at that. They was very shocked that they did. They was very happy that they did. They wouldn't be happy if he didn't give them what they wanted, like, or more than what they wanted. Like,
I knew, but yeah, so it was a recurring basic interjection of our conversations throughout. Not only as we were walking out of the prison, but through the ride to the airport, that they were surprised that Jaquavius, aka GlokkNine, was forthright with them and answered their questions. So the police officers told you that he had provided significant useful information. They said he did great. They were surprised, and yes. With that being said,
he told. It's over with.
I think GlokkNine's career is, it's obviously over. You got hit with like 8 years in the feds. You know what I mean? But while being in there, deciding to work with the feds, that's crazy. And it makes more sense as to why he got poked up if that's actually how that played out.
Well, if you don't go PC, you might have
the
to
mafia.
again.
You know, if you listen to all the guys that do interviews, the former mob guys, they say you can't even sit down and hear what the offer is. Never mind actually go through with the interrogation. And there's no rebounding off of this. If the police want to investigate 4 murders and they sit you down and say, if you don't help us, we're going to charge you with murder. And then when they leave, they say, damn, he told us everything. I was surprised at how much fucking snitching he did. Like, you got the police high-fiving.
Like I
they
said,
didn't even expect you to.
Like I said, they was shocked. They wouldn't say they was shocked. No, they said that for a reason. They was literally shocked at how much he gave them, way more than what they expected. He gave them literally everything they needed to know. Like, names of who was there, who did what, who participated in what, how they participated in it. Like, you told them everything, bro. They had, bro.
Do what you did.
That man, boy, he fight.
That's terrible.
Dead man.
It's not a good look for Orlando, but hey, let me know y'all's thoughts.
Like, you in the feds, bro. That's the video, y'all. That's the video. But, bro, you in the feds, bro. Like, you a dead man walking, bro. Like, you really done told on the same people you was doing them stuff with. Like, and to the youngins out there that's watching this video, man, this should show you, like, stay away from the streets, man. Stay out these streets, bro. There ain't nothing in it for you in the streets, bro. Find you something legal to do. Stay out the way. Cause, man, these streets ain't nothing. If y'all ain't seen lately, the feds been cracking down on a lot of stuff. They ain't been playing, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts, how y'all feel about this video. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. If y'all rock with me, share the channel. Other than that, I'll get y'all on the next one.